We are a kind of new age design house, so we design a number of different products, all centered around the same vision, which is to empower people to be less connected with their technology and more connected with themselves. Product is a wearable technology piece. It's a collection of designer jewelry, so this is one of our rings. The feature is really simple, the first feature that we're launching. It essentially filters out your notifications and alerts you only for the important stuff. So, for example, when I go into dinner, I activate my dinner profile, I leave my phone in my handbag, and I don't feel the need to check it throughout the meal, because I know that the important stuff is still going to filter through. We've over-engineered the hardware so that there are a number of sensors in there. We will be pushing out additional features throughout the year, but they'll all be centered around that kind of same common theme of helping people disconnect from their phone. We launched it in November. First batch sold out. Our second batch goes live with Net-a-Porter in 2 weeks. And then further distribution from spring in London, Paris, Milan, New York, LA, Stockholm. There've been a number of challenges, but we've managed to kind of find ways around them. So I'd say one of the challenges is funding. Hardware startups are better funded in the US. We've had a lot of interest and we've got a great kind of a lineup of investors, but we would have been able to raise a lot sooner and more, probably if we were in the Valley. Talent as well. We've been lucky enough to be able to find, I mean, my CTO is an amazing hardware design engineer and we've got a great team. But that skill set is less common here than it would be, for example, in Silicon Valley. It's definitely a lifestyle brand, yeah. So the first kind of product line, so this product is called Ultras. That's really the fashion brand. Kovert Designs as a brand, we see as being a lifestyle brand. So we care about kind of empowering people to live that less connected life. So, you know, in terms of what we're about, yes, there's the products, the technology side of it, but we're also kind of creating this community of people who believe in our mission, and we host events, and we do kind of, we host daily meditation and weekly yoga and digital detox retreats to different countries. So it's really kind of the whole brand is really surrounded by that. Yeah, we get very different responses from tech investors compared to kind of brand investors, I would call them. Tech investors like to see sales of units and care a lot about the features that we pack into the product. Brand investors kind of like to see the opposite. I mean, a great way to develop a brand is to make it exclusive. And that really, the aim there is not purely just to sell numbers of units, it's a number of different things. And you know, we had it very early on, we've kind of reached an agreement now, but very early on, tech investors wanted us to pack more features in, which we can easily do. But we recognized that our consumer was actually turned off the more features we put in, because our consumer is not necessarily that tech savvy. And you know, our consumer is typically a kind of fashion conscious female who's looking to live a less connected life. And so as soon as we start to pack it with things, we become part of that noise that she's trying to get away from. And you know, I think it was really important that we stuck to our guns on that and made sure that we didn't kind of veer off down that road, oh, we can make it do this and this and this, which again was really easy to do. It's really important to me that we stand for something and we kind of stick to that and make sure we're building a product for that specific segment of the market. The main thing holding back consumer wearable tech, I mean, the obvious answer is design. I think we'll get around that. I think as soon as the fashion industry gets involved, you know, the products will be much more beautiful. For me, the more challenging one is finding the right use case. I think a lot of the stuff on the market at the moment is really, it's built for early adopters. It's built for very tech-savvy people. And I think we've kind of been going about it the wrong way. We've kind of been starting with the engineers, with the innovators, because of course they've got all the knowledge. And then we create these products and then they kind of essentially hand it over to a marketing team and go, okay, go sell it. And it doesn't sell because nobody wants it because they built a feature that isn't useful. So I think the biggest limiting factor is just finding the right use cases, build something that people actually need or want or desire that improves their lives. You know, for so long, for that first kind of chunk of the whole wearable tech space, we had 100 different fitness bands all counting our steps. Like, how many people really care about counting your steps? I'm not really sure. So it's almost like there was a kind of new chip or a new Bluetooth protocol or a new battery that appeared, and everyone went, awesome, we can build this. And there was this big race to market, and no one actually stopped to think if they should build it. So I always say to my team, just because we can build it doesn't mean we should.
Yeah, I think that's great. Yeah.
Thanks.